Good morning. It is Friday. I think it's June 6th. I typically pack orders for my eBay shop in the evenings, but I don't I don't usually work on Friday mornings at my day job, so I sometimes I save my packing till Friday morning. I don't do any packing Thursday night, and then I do it in the morning. So today I was up very early. I don't know. I woke up about 4:30, and I wasn't able to get back to sleep. It's not usually a big problem for me, but this morning I don't know, just too tired. Just not tired enough, I guess. So I got up. It's about 6 now. I laid in bed for a while trying to sleep and it didn't work. So I got up. I figured I might as well get these orders. I just have 3 orders from yesterday. And one of them is this bowling ball. I'll show you right here. I don't know. I don't know much about bowling balls, but I picked up a few at the Goodwill a few weeks ago. They're like $4 a piece. Some of them seem to be selling for over 100 based on their brand and the model number or whatever. And like I said, I don't know much about bowling balls, so I think I was overestimating how much I could get paid for them because of the condition. Like these are a little bit beat up. They've definitely been played. Then I saw some people listing bowling balls saying how many games they were played. Like this one would say the same brand, and it would say under 30 games or over 100 games or whatever. So I guess I don't know. Do bowling balls have a lifespan, and then they're no good anymore? I really don't know. In any event, the point of this story is they had this bowling ball listed. I was hoping to get over $100 for each of these, but then I'm tearing off a little tag to write some notes on. I saw that they were selling for 100, so that's what I was hoping to get for each of these 4 balls. But I decided to try to move them a little quicker, and because of the condition, I've marked them down to like 50, around 50. So this one I had just listed a few days ago, and it was 55. I think it was 54. I think I had it listed for 54.99, and that I received a message that said, this is a common message on eBay that just says, "What's the least you'll take for this item?" Which I have to say is not the best bargaining tactic, because I'm in the business of trying to get as much money as I can. I'm not going to tell you. I don't want to tell you like this is the bare minimum I'll take. That's not. I don't know. It's just not a great method. So I sent the guy a message back, and I said, feel free to send an offer, and I'll consider it. And I had already looked. I usually set up minimums. I put best offers on almost everything, and then I'll put a minimum, the amount that I would be willing to consider, and it's usually 20%. I'll say, this is the price that I want. This is the price that I'm hoping I'm going to get. That's my buy it now price, and then this price is what I might take if you send me an offer. Anything below that is just going to get automatically rejected by eBay, because I just don't have the bandwidth to be dealing with people sending me, 80% off offers, or even 50%. Like it's too extreme. Low ball offers are rampant on eBay. So this guy, I looked at, he had already sent 2 offers. So I had it listed for $54.99. He sent an offer for 30. No, he sent an offer for 35 and 40. So he sent 2 offers that were both rejected. My minimum on there, the 20% off, was going to be $44. So I was thinking about being a little bit snarky and saying, when he said, what's the least you'll take? And I said, please send an offer. And then he responded saying, I already sent 2 offers and they were rejected. So I was gonna say like, well, you're getting close, so just keep trying or something like that. But then I just decided I want to sell this bowling ball. It takes up a lot of space, and the sooner I get rid of it, the better. So I just sent him an offer for the $44. That was the minimum that I would take. So I paid $4 for it. I'm making 44, or I'm selling it for 44 after fees and everything. What's it going to be? I don't know, maybe 32, something like that we'll make on this ball. We'll see. I'm going to pack it up here in a minute, and we'll do the shipping labels. At the end of the video, we'll see exactly how much money we made on all these items. And then we'll go and figure out exactly how much money we made for the entire day. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be right back. Okay, so I guess the point of that story is, I don't know what the point of the story is, but those kind of comments, those kind of messages through eBay just saying what's the least you will take are pretty common. And I think most sellers are not going to respond positively to it. Because basically it's asking you to argue against your own best interest. Like if I'm trying to sell something, I don't want you to know the bare minimum that I'm willing to take for it. I'm trying to make as much money as I can. Okay, I'm going to mark here on this tally board the sales from Tuesday, which were 3. 1, 2, 3. Whoops, that's not right. Should be 4 here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5 on a Wednesday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, we're just keeping track how many sales per day. And sooner or later, we might have some usable information. Maybe. We'll see. I think you got to have a lot of statistics for it to be in any way meaningful. So I would say don't send messages like that say what's the least you'll take. But in this case, it worked. So good for this guy. It turns out he lives pretty close to me. So hopefully the shipping on this ball won't be too expensive. It's a 15-pound ball. I can't really tell you if you're outsourcing for bowling balls what to look for. I just happened to see these balls, and they are all, they look fancy. They have marbling. All the 4 that I bought, they have marbling. They have these engraved logos. Some of the logos look a little bit, I would say they look like modern, like some sort of a cool aesthetic. So I got the impression that these were balls that somebody would want. And it seems like they definitely are. All of them have holes drilled for fingers. If you can find a brand new ones, they're worth considerably more, maybe up to $200. So I guess if you have room to store some bowling balls in your house, you don't have to sleep on bowling balls. They might be worth buying. I've never shipped a bowling ball before. I don't really know the appropriate way to do this. I mean, I was thinking about styrofoam and padding it, and then I thought, well, this is a bowling ball. It's designed to be thrown down a lane. Probably doesn't need to be too well padded. And I have these boxes. This is considered a 8x8x8 box, which is a tiny bit smaller than I'd like it to be. But I'm just going to go ahead with this and hope that it's going to be okay with no padding or anything. I think I might. I'm definitely going to. I bought that reinforced tape recently. The tape with fiberglass threads running through it. I think I'm going to wrap a couple of straps of that around each side to discourage this cardboard from splitting from the weight of that heavy bowling ball. Okay, this tape is out, so we're gonna quickly replace it. I got a new one earlier. I knew that one was about to go. These rolls of tape they fit very tight on my spool thing here. Okay, that's garbage. Okay, so I have this tape. This tape is pretty expensive, so I don't want to go wild with it. I think this single roll of tape was like $12 or $15. But hopefully this will keep. I mean, my only concern is that because of the weight of the ball, that the sides of this box will split. This stuff is difficult to cut. I'm gonna have to use a razor. So I think I'm just gonna go. Basically, I'm just gonna go around the center. And these will be a little tighter. Tighter still. Okay, that's better. No, this part does not work with this stuff. Okay, should I go? Yeah, I'll go this way too. These are really the edges that I'd be most worried about. Okay. All right, this should weigh about 16 pounds. 15.9. Just put 15.9 ball. It's going to be 9 by 9 by 9. And it's just going to, what was it going to? Aurora? No, Hoffman Estates. So it's only a few miles from here. So it should get there safely and quickly and hopefully as cheaply as possible. So we'll see. Okay, next up I have these. These are UFO magazines. This is just a lot of 2. I have some other lots. I got these. Well, let's go back to the ball. What did I sell it for? 44. Oh, I only paid $3 for this one. And I sold that ball for 44. So that's 10 times, more than 10 times what I paid for it. So pretty good. I mean, I would have been happier getting 55, but we'll take the 44. Okay, these magazines, I don't know, several months ago. When was this? I bought that bowling ball. We'll go back to the bowling ball. I just bought the bowling ball on May 13th, so less than a month ago. Probably it's only been listed for a week. Okay, I got a bunch of these UFO magazines. I was at this near, I mean, there's a Goodwill that I go to occasionally. It's pretty far away. And I usually only go to it if I'm in that area for some other reason. I'll stop in at this Goodwill. And this day I was there. I was picking up use a ruler. I was picking up some tools I bought from a Facebook Marketplace buy or Craigslist. And I didn't really know exactly where I was going to go to this guy's house to pick up these tools, but I ended up driving right past this Goodwill. So on the way back from that guy's house, I thought, well, I'll stop there at that Goodwill and see what they have. And so I had driven maybe a mile past the Goodwill to go to the guy's house. Further than I've ever driven on that street. And I saw a sign that just said thrift. It was like a thrift store. It doesn't have a name other than just thrift. And it's a very small store, just like a strip mall storefront. Tiny store, probably smaller than than my space down here. Anyway, I went in there and the guy at the counter said, don't worry about any price tags. If you see anything that you're interested in, I'll give you a deal on it. And so I didn't buy much there. I bought a tool, some kind of a tool. I don't remember exactly what it was. Little hand tool. It turned out to be broken, but somebody bought it for parts anyway. And I did make a little profit on that. But anyway, I was looking at the stuff and I saw this box, like a comic book box. Long box or whatever. That had all these UFO magazines in them from the 90s, like X-Files times, when UFOs were very popular. UFO stuff. I mean, it was popular to me anyway. When I was a kid, I was watching that show Sightings on Fox, and then X-Files came out shortly after that. So it seemed like it was very UFO stuff was in the air. So these are all from, I would say all these magazines are from 95 through 97, and maybe, I can't remember how many there were, maybe 50, maybe 40. The guy told me, I asked him how much they were, and he said $1 a piece. So I started sorting through them, or I was counting them on the counter. And now I can't remember the exact number. I think I've said it on here before. I've talked about this before on a video. I was counting them, and I counted up to like 35, and then he was just like, okay, how about 20 for the whole box? And I had only really counted, just over half of the books that were in there. So I was like, yeah, of course, I'll give you 20 for these, because I was going to be perfectly happy to give him 40 or whatever. This is 11 ounces. And in the end, I got out of there for a good price. I was happy with that amount, and I lotted these all up into, there were several publications. So these are the two that were called Uncensored UFO Reports. These are from 1998. So this is going to EG. So I got these, this was back in February, and I paid 72 cents for these two magazines after averaging out the cost I paid for everything. And I sold it for $20 this morning or last night. Okay, that one's ready. Now we have, this one's going to need a little bit better box because this was a relatively expensive sale. This box I don't think is going to be big enough. I was hoping to have a flat box that was exactly the right size. But I think I'm going to have to resize a box. These are Jim Henson Muppets Shrinky Dinks from Color Forms. I don't know if Color Forms probably still doesn't own Shrinky Dinks, but maybe at one time they joined up. What's the date on this? I don't remember. 1981. So yeah, just very recently. This was about a week and a half ago. May 24th. So today is what, the 6th? So what is that? 2 weeks ago? I stopped at, this was right before we were going on vacation. I stopped at a yard sale that was just right around the corner, just literally on the opposite side of the block from where I live. I wasn't intending to go there. I didn't even know about it. I was just coming home and I saw it. And there's a house. I mean, it's basically directly behind us. And it's been empty ever since we moved here about 4 or 5 years ago. I think the owner passed away and the house has just been, I wouldn't say it's vacant because people have been coming and working on it and trying to keep it, get it ready to sell or something for the last few years. They've been coming. There's been people mowing the lawn and taking care of it. There's been a guy coming and working in the basement. I don't know what's wrong with the house, but he's down there doing repairs. Pretty not like every weekend, but every couple of weekends he would see a guy coming in and out of there, and then he would throw a bunch of stuff out into the garbage after he left. And I have found a few things there that were sellable, and a few things that I thought were sellable that turned out to not be. But I thought there's probably some decent stuff in that house. Maybe I should knock on the door when he's there and ask if he wanted me to help him clean it out or anything like that, but I didn't do it. So anyway, they had a sale there, and I think it was some sort of a mishmash. Like there were two women running the sale, and I think one of them brought her own stuff to sell, and then they were just selling the contents of the house. So it wasn't much. I didn't find. I bought $10 worth of stuff, and it was maybe, a handful of things that I could hold in one hand. And then they said, oh, there's also stuff inside the house if you want to go in there. And I went in and I found this Shrinky Dinks set. And I didn't even do any research on it. I just thought, this looks like something that somebody would want to buy. So I grabbed it. And like I said, I paid $10 for everything. So that means I got 7 items. So I paid $1.43 for this set. And it's open. It's been used. There's supposed to be 3 of these sheets of characters that you cut out and then you shrink them in the oven. So there's supposed to be 3. I'll take the whole thing out. There's supposed to be 3 sets, 3 sheets, but there's only 2. And then there's a few others that have been cut out. There's not that many that are totally missing. I don't remember the exact number of how many characters there are supposed to be, but then there's also these stands. Like once you shrink them, you can put them in these little plastic foots to stand up. And there's supposed to be a backdrop of the theater. That part is missing. So it's quite a lot missing. I would say this is like probably half to 2/3 complete. But man, it's in rough shape. Look at this box. But if it was complete, this would be like $200 for some reason. I didn't think I would be able to get anything close to that. There are currently 3 listed. There's one that was incomplete, not as incomplete as this one, that sold for like 75 or 80. And then there's 3 currently listed that are totally complete, maybe even sealed. So anyway, I just listed this. I don't know what kind of a price to put on it, but I just put a kind of a pie in the sky price of $65, I think. And then I got an offer of $59.49. So I paid $1.40. I paid $1.50 for it. Sold it for $60. I'm not gonna try to get that extra $5 or $10. I'll take the $60. That's a good sale, and it was a quick sale. I bought this less than 2 weeks ago and sold it already, so I was pretty excited to sell this. This bubble wrap is probably not gonna do anything at all, but it's $60. Try to make it presentable and make the buyer feel like I'm taking care of them. I got 2 new rolls of paper here. This one, I just brought this one down today. I should bring stuff straight down here instead of bringing it into the house upstairs and then leaving it sit there for a week before bringing it down. But it was just starting to rain when I got home, and this delivery from Zorro was sitting on the porch. These rolls of paper and some cardboard boxes. So I just needed to get that stuff out of the rain as quickly as possible. So right now my living room and dining room is a disaster, filled with potential inventory and shipping supplies. like I said, it's pretty early, 6 a.m., 6:30 now-ish. I feel kind of sluggish, so this all should have been done a lot quicker, but we'll be done here soon enough. Then I absolutely should not go out today and buy more stuff, but I see some neighborhood yard sales and this church rummage sale that's right by this neighborhood yard sale. So I feel like I kind of have to go out and see what's cooking, if I can find anything good there. I'm slowing down my listing right now. I've been on a pretty, I wouldn't say it's like an extreme quota, trying to get 5 items listed every day. It's not that time consuming, but with a full-time job and some of these days I have to pack for an hour if I've got enough sales. There's only so much one person can do. So I'm feeling a little bit burnt out on doing eBay stuff right now. So I am contemplating something of a break. I don't think this isn't the kind of label that really needs to be covered. It doesn't have any barcodes or any kind of shipping information on it, but I'm going to cover it anyway. I have these labels. I might as well use them. Okay, so today I'll get this stuff all packed and then I'll take it to the post office myself. This is, wow, surprisingly almost 2 pounds. And then it's 19 by 13. How deep is this? 3? Call it 3. And the buyer's initials are CS. This is going all the way to California. Whoops. I put CA because I was thinking of California. CS. Okay, there's only these 3 packages, but I'm going to cut the video right now and put all the information into eBay to get the shipping labels and then come right back. So hold on. Okay, we're back and we spent about $22 on these shipping labels. And while I'm thinking about it, since those orders were all from yesterday, we might as well, that's all the orders that are going to come in for the day. So we might as well just add these marks to Thursday. Okay, so we got the 3 packages. I usually stack them up like a pyramid with the biggest one on the bottom, but that bowling ball is obviously the heaviest one, so I don't want to put it on top of these others. Okay, so it's just turning 7 o'clock. Post office won't open until 9, and I think the first garage sales are at 8. So I might go upstairs and get ready to go and just leave right after this, but we'll see. So we did okay yesterday. That bowling ball only cost $7.39 to ship, and it is 16 pounds. So I guess that shows that distance makes more difference than you would have thought, because the color forms, the Muppet Shrinky Dinks, which only weighs like less than 2 pounds, is going all the way to California, and it costs $9.31. So that seems crazy. In any event, let's go through these profits. Color forms, Shrinky Dinks, play set. After fees and everything, we earned $49.96, so almost $50 on that. So that's pretty good. Then the UFO magazines, I only paid 72 cents for those, and we made a profit of $16.56. Then the bowling ball was $3 for cost of goods, and we earned $37.01. So total for yesterday is $103.53. So just over the minimum of where I like to be. I like that to have, I like the average per day to be over 100. And right now for June, the average profit per day is about $89.62. It's not about that. It's exactly that. And then the average profit per sale for June is $24.89. So we're doing a little better than we did last month so far. There's only been one, there's only been 2 days this month where we were under $100, and one of them was only 43. So that drops the average down pretty good. So keeping our fingers crossed, things are going to just keep improving. I want to get this average per day to be over 100. Obviously, the bigger that number is, the better. But if it's over 100, then we're heading in the right direction towards the $50,000 goal I have for this year for eBay sales. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Hopefully, I have to work tomorrow. We have a special event. I have to work on a Saturday. So hopefully we'll get enough sales to do another video tonight, packing stuff up, and then that stuff will just go out on the porch for the carrier tomorrow while I'm at work. Okay. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. Bye.